Is that the fight that you want?
Of course, that's redemption, you know. So the same way he was rooting for me, I'll be rooting for him. I want him to win, and I think that it will align, and it will be a massive fight.
I still got a chip on my shoulder. I've been wanting that rematch for a minute. Hopefully we get it. And, you know, when my hand heals, I'll be looking for that opportunity for sure. And Devin, he don't want that. He's terrified. He has PTSD. I just want to beat Devin Haney's ass.
Devin Haney expressed a strong interest in fighting Ryan Garcia, calling it a massive event for the sport. Haney made it clear it was a fight that needed to happen.
Ryan Garcia, your good friend, posed before the fight that he bet $50,000 on you. Obviously, he was right, and Ryan Garcia said he's fighting Mario Barrios next for a title. If he wins, I imagine it's one of the biggest fights in boxing, the rematch.
That fight is huge. I'm gonna be, you know, rooting for him. I want him to win so that we can, you know, get it on. You know, I can get that redemption. And I think it's a big fight for boxing. It's a lot of, you know, unanswered, you know, questions there, question marks there from both sides. And I think that the fight is going to happen.
Bill Haney made it clear that a rematch with Ryan Garcia was absolutely something they wanted. He acknowledged the fan interest and stated firmly that Garcia would always remain a potential opponent.
That's a fight y'all trying to get back?
Of course.
Is he on the list?
Of course, he's on the list. Of course. We fought him already 6 times, so I don't think he's a name that won't never go off the list. You know what I'm saying?
But is that something you actively want to do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My guy's the best in the world, though, and everybody is just stay busy fighting.
Oscar De La Hoya made it clear he wanted to see Ryan Garcia face Devin Haney again. He believed the rematch would be even bigger than the first. In his view, Devin's speed, strength, and heart made the second fight impossible to overlook.
I would like to see that fight, actually, with Devin Haney. I think that'll be more exciting than them fighting in New York last year. It'll be a big matchup. Bigger than the first time around. It'll be huge here in Las Vegas, so I would love to see that.
How different does it look the second time around?
Wow.
Does Haney look better against Norman? He looked better tonight?
Yeah, Ryan looked better against a really solid champion. Devin's Devin. He's fast, he's strong, he has that will to win, you know? I mean, you saw in Ryan's fight with Devin got back off the canvas. I mean, he's got a big heart, a lion's heart, so you have to give it up to him. A rematch would be, yeah, pretty exciting.
Rolly Romero said the top fighters kept avoiding him while acting tough in public. When asked about a unification with Devin Haney, Romero said Haney would likely ask for too much money and avoid the fight. Rolly doubted Haney's actions matched his words. He even joked that if he knocked him out, it would end up in court.
They're all avoiding me. Everybody avoiding me, bro. They want to act like they're big tough guy, but they ain't big tough guy.
Why? What about you and Devin unifying? Is there any chance?
Bro, Devin's gonna say that and then go all price himself like he always does. Don't bring up Devin Haney. Devin Haney calls out everybody and don't fight nobody.
But you lined up with
and
Ryan,
on top of that, aside from that, I mean, I knock him out cold, he gonna sue me.
Additionally, he said Devin Haney was not worth his time. Romero pointed out that there had been heavy talk about a Ryan Garcia rematch with Haney, and he reminded everyone he had supported that idea because he believed it was fair. Rolly questioned why it never happened if the demand was real. Then Romero gave his answer. He believed Haney avoided it because he feared Garcia.
So you don't want to fight Devin because he's boring?
No, because it's a waste of my time. You know what he needs to do? Okay, so let me just tell you like this. So they spent that whole time, right, promoting this rematch between Ryan and Devin. Why didn't they rematch? I straight up helped them. You beat Ryan. No, wait. I helped them, right? Was I not saying I think Devin should get his rematch the whole time saying because I wanted justice. And why didn't they rematch? Because Devin Haney is scared of Ryan Garcia.
As the debate moved to legacy, Radio Raheem argued that if Ryan Garcia truly wanted to be seen as a real champion, he would need to unify with Devin Haney. Raheem stressed that beating belt holders was how fighters in their 20s cemented their status. While he admitted he had criticized Mauricio Sulaiman at times, Radio Raheem said the WBC green belt still carried special weight. In his view, its history and lineage made it the title that still meant the most, with talk building around the next major move.
And if he really wants to be a
true champion, he would have to win a unification with Devin Haney, and then he'd really be a champion the way his peers have become champion but in their careers in their 20s. Now about that, no, go ahead, Raheem, and then let's get to that point about the form that Shakur and Devin Haney and some people in the comments will be questioning.
The green belt, and as much as I am critical of Suleiman and some of his decisions and his rhetoric of late,
yeah,
I believe it does hold a special value, and especially to a Mexican-American fighter. You gotta beat the champions that hold
Floyd
the belts.
seemed to be fond of it too, to be fair. I think above all titles, it still has the greatest lineage and everything. Continue. Yeah. Chris Algieri pointed straight at the Devin Haney rematch. Algieri said the fight practically sold itself, built on history, tension, and real bad blood. Chris believed the storyline alone would create huge demand and make it easy to promote. In his view, it was the clear choice and too big to ignore.
Why not? I mean, I think you said it immediately after. I mean, the Devin Haney rematch is just so that's like a succulent thing. It's so juicy, that fight. Like it's right there. There's a narrative. They have the history. They have the bad blood. They'll be able to sell it great. That fight it just seems like a no-brainer.
Furthermore, Devin Haney finally spoke out about the loss, and he sounded frustrated. Haney made it clear he believed he had been cheated in the first fight. In his view, if things were fair, nobody could beat him. He stood by that truth completely. While others doubted him and wrote him off, Devin kept training quietly, pushing forward for his family and his team. The loss might be on his record, but Haney wanted everyone to know he still knows what kind of fighter he really is.
Everyone knows what happened with the Ryan Garcia thing. Everybody knows that I was cheated. I'd rather they want to admit it or not. That was the truth, and that's what happened. You know, no fighter can beat me on an even playing field, and it has not happened before, and it won't happen. So I never lost. You know, I never lost confidence. I trusted in my skills. I got back to the drawing board. I was training, you know, in the dark. I was preparing. A lot of people was writing me off, you know, counting me out. But, you know, I kept my head down. I stayed working. You know, I had a good team behind me. My family, you know, kept me motivated.
As the breakdown continued, Timothy Bradley disagreed with the claim that Devin Haney has no power. He said Haney's strength is underrated. It may not look explosive, but it's effective. Bradley explained that while Haney wasn't a heavy puncher, his speed, timing, and accuracy made him dangerous enough to hurt Ryan Garcia. Tim praised Devin's growth, calling his evolution impressive. Bradley even compared his potential to Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather, saying the ceiling for Haney remained extremely high.
Talk about his power. We saying he don't have power. Well, I said he didn't have punching power. Well, what he has is he has speed, and he has placement, and he has great timing. He can hurt Ryan Garcia just as well as Ryan Garcia can hurt him. But man, his evolution has been great. I think he's a special fighter. A Roy Jones, just like Chris Algieri said, a Roy Jones or a Mayweather type of guy. And, you know, the ceiling is high for him, man.
As the rematch debate continued, the analyst Greg from AM Sports Media gave a firm answer. Greg said he did not believe Ryan Garcia would beat Devin Haney in a second fight, pointing to Garcia's habit of getting careless in key moments. He felt those mistakes would cost Ryan again. Greg added that if Haney truly did not want the fight, then the talk should stop. Either run it back and prove it, or move on for good.
Do I even think he beats Devin? I don't even think he beats Devin in a rematch. But I don't think he beats Devin in a rematch. I think he gets sloppy a lot of times with some of the stuff he's doing. So I don't think he beats Devin.
He definitely does. He definitely sloppy.
But, you know, move on, man. If you're gonna fight him, fight him. If you're not gonna fight, because Devin just recently said he's not gonna give him a chance because he wasn't, then stop talking about him. Move on. Period. So let's just stop talking about that, man, or go back and fight him again and beat him.
On the other hand, Jason pushed back on the idea that Ryan Garcia looked great against Devin Haney. Jason argued that Garcia's success came mostly from landing a few big left hooks, not from dominating the fight from start to finish. He pointed out that Ryan appeared tired at times and didn't look fully conditioned throughout the bout. In his view, that version of Garcia was far from his best. Jason insisted that relying on one or two power shots didn't prove elite status. He made it clear that until Garcia showed he could box consistently for 12 12 rounds. Serious questions about his true level would remain.
So he was tailor-made for Ryan. So Ryan didn't look like he was this abnormal person. And then the fact that people are trying to say, oh, now that Kurt said, oh, I haven't seen him look this good since he fought Devin Haney. He didn't look good against Devin Haney. The truth be told, he caught Devin with left hooks. That's what made him look good. Outside of that, Ryan was taking breaks, gasping for air. He looked out of shape that whole fight. So that wasn't the best Ryan Garcia that fought Devin Haney.
Looking at the potential opponents for Ryan Garcia, David Benavidez suggested the rematch with Devin Haney was the right choice and the one he most wanted to watch. But Benavidez also mentioned that fighting Rolly Romero remained a solid option that would bring entertainment. In the end, David believed Garcia had good options available and an interesting future ahead of him in boxing.
I think Devin Haney rematch seems to be the obvious thing, right?
I think that's the only thing that's appropriate, you know what I mean? That's the only thing I want to see, you know what I mean? Also, you know, still got Rolly out there too. It'd be good fights. We got some good fights for Ryan. You know what I mean? So.
As the previous fight breakdown continued, Shakur Stevenson explained that the fight went wrong for Devin Haney. Stevenson believed Haney should have used his jab to control the fight and make Ryan Garcia chase him. Instead, Shakur saw Garcia staying patient, picking his spots, and forcing Devin to react. Stevenson also pointed out that Haney focused too much on avoiding the jab when the real danger was always the left hook. In Shakur's view, Haney lost sight of his own game plan and let Garcia fight the way he wanted. That mistake, Stevenson argued, cost Devin the fight more than anything Ryan did.
It should have been right then and there, yo, let's box him move, let's beat this motherfucker with this beautiful jab that we got. We got a beautiful motherfucking jab, and this what works. Let's make him look for us, make him find me, make him confuse him. And I felt like last night, it just felt like Ryan was more so the boxer, and Dev was the aggressor coming forward. And Ryan was the one boxing and picking his spots and making Dev look for him. And I didn't like that. I think that was like a bad game plan. And also another thing I saw too, he didn't keep his right hand at home.
Yeah.
He kept pushing his jab out, his hand out to catch the jab. But we know Ryan ain't really the best jabber, it's really the hook.
Keyshawn Davis made it clear he was eager to fight Devin Haney, but believed Haney was actively avoiding him. Davis claimed that Haney had previously agreed to the matchup, but had since gone silent and stopped communicating. Instead of keeping his word, Keyshawn pointed out that Devin was busy calling out other fighters. When asked about Hitchens withdrawing from a potential fight, Davis said it was simply a logical choice for Hitchens. Keyshawn emphasized that he remained ready and waiting, with the ball firmly in Haney's court. In his view, Devin truly wanted a real challenge. He knew exactly where to find him.
We doing things different.
Is the fight with you and Devin still a possibility?
It's up to Devin. Devin running. His father told me to stand on my word, and I ain't getting no response after that. They not standing on their word, but they calling out everybody else but me. I understand, but they gotta stand on their word, just like you told me to stand on mine.
As the rematch debate heated up, Corey Spinks dismissed the idea that Devin Haney would win a second time. Spinks said running it back would not change the outcome and believed Ryan Garcia still had the edge. Corey pointed to Garcia's bold talk after the press conference, where Ryan even floated other big names like Shakur Stevenson. To Spinks, that attitude showed Garcia was willing to fight anyone without fear. He argued that confidence alone gave Ryan an advantage going into any rematch. In Corey's view, Haney could make adjustments, but Garcia's fearlessness would ultimately carry him again.
Shuts out Mario Barrios and takes his WBC belt with him. Tell me, what's your reaction?
Man, you know, I've been saying it from the jump. I had him knocking Barrios' ass out. And I know when the fight first started and he dropped Barrios, I know everybody that heard me. I know everybody that heard me say he was gonna knock Barrios out, they were like, man, I know this motherfucker. What the hell Spinks knew that I didn't know?
Moving ahead, Fernando Vargas also shared his thoughts on what came next for Ryan Garcia. Vargas said a Devin Haney rematch felt completely logical, or given their history and the tension still between them. But Fernando also emphasized that Ryan posed serious problems for anyone at welterweight. He called Garcia a real threat in the division and made it clear he respected the work Ryan's team had put in. Vargas closed by congratulating Garcia on his strong showing, acknowledging that he had proven something to the doubters. In Fernando's eyes, whether Whether it was Haney or someone else, Ryan had earned his place among the division's best.
Is the Devin Haney rematch, you think that should be the obvious thing? I feel like they're both welterweight champs, and you know the bad blood can be settled, right?
I think they can get it. They can run it back. I think it'd be good for boxing.
Right. I mean, is there anything else you want to see Ryan fight? Is there? I mean, there are a lot of names, right?
What was that?
I said there are a lot of names. Is there anybody else you kind of would like to see Ryan in against?
Ryan, is a threat to anybody. You know what I mean? And so.
As the debate continued, one thing became clear. The boxing world remained divided on what came next for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Some believed the rematch was the only fight that made sense, while others questioned whether Haney could truly change the outcome. But through all the opinions, the doubts, and the bold predictions, both fighters knew the truth. The history between them was far from finished, and when the time came, the only way to settle it would be inside the ring. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more fight updates and analysis. Drop a comment below telling us who you think wins the rematch, Team Haney or Team Garcia.